today that perhaps they haven't had on the road at this point?
Right. I thought, first of all, we just kind of kept our composure at times, more than anything. I thought we just had really good balance. You know, everybody that played, you know, contributed. They might not have played great, but they were good. And did a lot of good little things. And we continued to play the game, you know, just as it progressed. I thought, like, we picked the ball up and didn't let them get in transition. We had some timely offensive rebounds there at the end. Evan Boudreaux had some rebounds. But we also had some guys, you know, play better. You know, Isaiah Thompson had a stretch where he scored the ball for us. You know, Aaron Wheeler, you know, had a stretch where he made 3 threes. And, you know, he's really struggled from beyond the arc this year. So that was a great lift for us. But, you know, I could mention everybody on our team. I just thought we got, you know, contributions from everybody and just, you know, really consistent.
Like the bunches, most of that first half just kind of tight. It seemed like one of those games where first team to make a run was going to have the edge. Did you kind of feel that when that run started happening there?
Yeah, we're just trying to, you know, to execute on the offensive end and then really limit them on the interior. You know, they have a lot of size. So trying to keep them off the glass, but also trying to keep the ball out of the paint. You know, whether we're playing Indiana or anybody else in our league, if you let people get the ball in the paint a lot, you're going to struggle. And we had times where we struggled. Indiana was getting the ball in there too easy on drives and post-ups and their offensive rebounds. You know, we had some struggles, but when we kept it out of there, we had a lot more success.
Now, you were obviously aware of what was going on the floor and
yeah.
all the emotion with Coach Knight coming back. Did you talk to your kids about that this place would be full of emotion today?
They were aware of it, but it wasn't something we talked about. I thought it was irrelevant. You know, whether they were doing that or not, the crowd's still going to be loud.
Didn't you also get recruited by Coach Knight? Did they recruit you, and you were what, one of the last ones, and somebody took your place, so you ended up going to Purdue?
Yeah,
could you explain that a little bit?
He was smart enough not to offer me, so there's a reason why he won all the games that he did. So, but no, it was different then. We had 15 scholarships versus 13 scholarships, and if you waited, which I did, I was somewhere where my recruiting kind of took off my last year. But I think things worked out. You know, I'm very fortunate to play for Coach Katie. He's done a lot for me. So if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here. So I'm very, very thankful how things worked out.
Just the way that you guys handled the second half, emotion that side, but just you haven't played with the lead a lot on the road in the Big Ten, but just how you did that.
Yeah, that's a great point because we just haven't been in that position. I think the only time this year we've been in that position when we played at Ohio, with actually having a lead, you know, in the second half. So it's a lot of games. So I thought our guys did a good job. Like I said, to begin with, just having some poise, you know, continue to execute, continue to, you know, to play hard, and just try to limit them as much as we could. You know, we didn't want Al Durham to get going. He didn't have a first half. He had a couple fouls, but just trying to keep him away from making shots. They had a couple guys come off their bench, make some threes, but, you know, don't have high percentages, and just didn't feel like those guys could have one of those nights. You know, I thought Al Durham, Finney, Devontae Green, you know, those guys can't. They've proven that they can have a night to really carry the load for their team to go along with their front line. So just trying to limit those guys and really talk about respecting their backcourt and respecting those guys and just not letting them get into a rhythm. So once we started to kind of to be able to do that and keep the ball out of the paint there in the second half, we got into a pretty good run. But it also, you know, Isaiah Thompson had a good stretch there for us, and you need that. You need guys coming off your bench, you know, really helping.
You mentioned Aaron, your three-point shooting. You've been especially good the last 2 games.
Right. Yeah, we really shot well at home. You know, this is great for us to go 8 for 16 on the road because we haven't shot well on the road. We made a couple threes at the end of the Northwestern game when we were fortunate to pull that game out. So it was good. We were hoping that, you know, a couple of those shots could lead to our guys, you know, knocking some stuff down. But, you know, Isaiah and Aaron between them are 5 for 5. So if you want to do something special and win, you know, at a place like Assembly Hall, you got to have some guys step up and be special. You know, we were tonight.
Eric said you were more in motion offensively. Can you kind of change your approach a little bit?
Just when you get against people that, you know, when you get against good defensive coaches and you run a lot of stuff, sometimes they just sit on it. And so then they just take you out of what you're doing. We just felt like mixing things up here the past 2 or 3 games, still running sets, but mixing in more motion. Doesn't get them sitting on every single thing. You know, you always have indicators to how you run something. Everybody does it. Like once that indicator kind of happens, the opposing team knows what's coming. So just trying to be this little bit more flexible and get into some different actions but do it out of motion. So hopefully we can catch him by surprise and maybe have better spacing. But nothing major.
You mentioned Aaron, obviously, just how important has it been just to see him start to find it finally?
Right.
After
Well, it's frustrating. He's a guy that was, played a really good role for us off the bench last year and helped us win a Big Ten title. And you want to make that next step and play more minutes. And and it just hasn't worked for him shooting the basketball this year. So for him he made one other night against Iowa, and that was great to see. So then making 3 today, that was a huge lift. That was a huge lift for our team. So just build confidence. He's a quality player. He's a quality shooter. His numbers don't say so, but I think over the course of time, in the course of his career, he'll get this turned around. Hopefully, this is the kind of the game for him this year to get going.